Welcome everybody to MME International, everyone. Welcome all. Welcome. Hope everyone
get those
is doing
thumbs
well.
up there for MME International being back. Thank you. Give thanks to Teladia putting it together. Fade.
Hey, what's
What
up?
you doing here? No, I'm just kidding.
Fade, don't worry. I already told Fade he's welcome. So don't worry. Welcome, Fade. Welcome.
Thank you.
We have figure drawing. Welcome. And he says, it does not rip off Snyder. No, before you.
Superman, each iteration borrows a little bit, takes a little bit from each. It's gonna,
if you listen to the score, it's a good mix of John Williams and what they did with the Snyder movies.
Yeah. Hey, Ned Costa Nostra, Anthony Cheeseman, welcome everyone. Welcome. He says to give the trailer a 7 out of 10. Awesome. And then we also got Donovan saying, to me, this trailer clearly is Man of Steel. I'm sorry, but enough time has passed.
Enough time has passed. It just dropped, Donovan.
No, he's talking about
more energy.
He's talking about enough time has passed since Man of Steel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But so we talk about the trailer because I think this is the first topic of our conversation tonight, guys, is the Superman trailer, right? I've got the merch, of course. I'm representing it, right? So, should I? I'll screen share.
Sure.
I'll screen share my thing, and we can, we can skim through it.
Yeah, hold on. Let me see here.
And there it is. By the way, Crazy Joe, this is only international. So CJH is international because Chubby Teddy was supposed to be here, but he didn't turn up. So it's an international thing.
And as for Thade, my parents were immigrants to this country, so no, I lived a lot of time in Europe. So.
Okay, Joe, Max will send you a link.
Okay, all right.
You can send him a link. You can send him a link.
But Teladia's in charge.
I'm in charge.
We stay on topic.
Always stay on topic and no over talking anybody else.
Funny business.
He likes a nice chill stream.
Okay, Teladia is going to show this thing. Yes. So we're gonna. This is the Superman trailer, as you guys can see. I'm gonna slow it down for Max.
Well, don't play it again, or we're gonna get claimed. You could just skip the scenes.
I mean, yeah, I know. Where's the playback speed? 25.
Big Woke Joe is here.
Yo.
All right. So
what a day it's been.
So it's like, as you can see here, you see Superman, and this is Clark Kent and the
Z.
Daily Planet. Like, no, not yet. I gotta say, right, when I saw this trailer, I was just like, wow. Like at the very beginning, right, we see Superman like in the Arctic here, right? And I'm just like thinking, he must have been in a big battle because you've never seen Superman bleed like that.
Yeah, well,
that we did in Superman Returns.
He did in Superman Returns. He also did in the second Superman movie, the second Christopher Reeve movie. He bled.
Is that the one in the bar?
No, but we've
Yeah,
No,
but he
but
was
why?
human
Well-
then.
Bar fight?
he was
What
human.
could-
Bar fight.
So Grace Randolph said that she feels he's not super enough. What? Because he's bleeding right at the beginning, but that just means something he's dealing with something. What would make Superman bleed? Kryptonite? What else could do it?
Ultraman is in this movie.
Okay.
Ultraman
Ultraman's
probably
stronger.
beat the living heck out of him. Ultraman's another Kryptonian, but just from a different reality. So
Mhm.
And as you can see,
Ultraman
this is-
probably beat the heck out of him and hurt him.
Yeah. By the way, this is the inside of the Daily Planet. I gotta say, very future retro, and I like it. I really dig it.
And like I said on Perp Show earlier, Teladia, it looks a lot like that looks in the comics. Like
Yes.
James Gunn really went to the comics for a lot of the looks in this movie.
I
Those
feel like
TVs,
the exterior and interior of the Daily Planet remind me of how it looked in Returns. Like I feel like they kind of the sets look very similar.
Also, something I want to point out too: the globe on top of the Daily Planet,
Yeah.
the way it looks, the way that shot looks down on it, and the way it looks around the top of it was very much like Smallville.
So
Also, I know the color grading looks better than the teaser we got the other day, and I heard a rumor that Zaslav didn't like the trailer at first, or something, and told James Gunn to change it.
Where'd you hear that?
where
On
did you hear
Twitter.
that from?
Twitter.
Zaslav is only concerned about cashing in his stocks. It has nothing to do with the quality of the film, and I don't think he cares really that much. He's just letting James Gunn do it.
But do you think after the criticism, do you think of the color grading, do you think that got to James Gunn or he changed
No,
things
they
last
didn't
minute?
change it in one day.
No,
What are we doing
no,
about color grading?
Everyone was complaining about the color grading in this teaser compared to the
The
trailer.
teaser for the teaser. The
The-
teaser
oh,
for
the-
the teaser.
Well, that was amazing. Like I saw that teaser yesterday, and I said, "Holy God! If this is the teaser for the teaser, we're in for a treat tomorrow."
I disliked the teaser. I mean, I thought it was okay.
What?
The people looking up at the it was
that
so
was
cheesy.
astounding.
Oh no, I didn't like that.
Okay,
The extras were bad.
So obviously we got comments in this comment section in the chat. So we have Victor Jordan says he landed like 2 feet in snow. That lost me. It should have been a huge crater crawling out. Then Crypto dragging him near the surface.
That's a good
Donovan
point.
says he loved it. Bruce, if I know you're joking, he says that trailer was woke. And then he says
2
they're
out of
just-
5? Is that what you're saying, nerd?
Are you being serious with me in the NCN? Are you being serious with me? Or are you joking with me? Because I want to know.
I think that's a bit. I think he's doing a bit.
I will say this: Lois is already better than Amy Adams.
In terms of accuracy, in terms of like the hair color, you might be right about that because Lois's hair was never. What's the color? Never what Amy
They
Adams.
probably already have better chemistry too.
I love Amy Adams as an actress, but I never felt she felt like Lois.
And there's Pa Kent at the Kent farm. As you can
Okay,
see here.
so I wanted to say something about Pa Kent. We've gotten a lot of people that have played Pa Kent over the years in various Superman properties.
Yeah.
And, you know, the original guy that played him back in the Christopher Reeve movies, we never really got to see much of. He kind of looked like a Midwestern farmer. I love John Snyder in Smallville, but it's John Snyder. But this guy right here, looks to me like an actual Midwest farmer.
Yeah.
Like if you look the way they dress him, the way he's heavier, that kind of thing. He looks like an older Midwest farmer. He just does.
But you
So-
also the previous scene with the full shot of the farm.
You mean
It's
this
only
shot,
just
right?
Superman. Yeah, it's only the Superman sitting there.
No.
Yeah,
it looks
that's probably because he was sitting there first, and then Paul came outside and sat down with him.
I will say I don't like the farm. It's lacking compared to other Kent farms. But I mean that's
Yeah.
not going to make or break the movie for me. Like I would like it to really look like this just looks like
It's
a
a
house.
small.
Isn't that
But
no
back to the
different than
small-
the?
Well, no, we're not.
the one
Yeah, but
from
we're not told. Like the fields here are
History?
probably theirs, is what I'm saying. You know, Max. All those fields
Yeah,
here are probably
yeah,
theirs.
but you know the classic farm houses, you know.
like the one I grew up in Texas in Texas. Yeah, I know what a ranch looks like, homie.
Yeah,
So
I don't
this
think
is-
Kent are rich. Like, but the Kents
No.
are rich.
The Kents are not rich.
Right. Yeah.
They're
I-
traditional Midwest farmers. That's what they are.
So Carlos, my buddy RTP, welcome. He says no, that didn't happen. No, Gunn purposely did this to start talking towards the actual teaser trailer.
Mhm.
Okay, that's cool.
I mean, we're open to criticism. I want to hear, Joe, what you would give it a 10 out of. I'm mad at you, Joe,
Why?
because I said you should do a trailer reaction. Look, no, I don't do trailer reactions.
Well, no, it wouldn't be genuine. It would be a lie.
It doesn't have to be
No,
a lie.
because trailer reactors react while they're watching the trailer for the first time. I've already
Not all
watched this
time.
trailer like 30 times.
No, that
It
you could
wouldn't
say
be
that at the
genuine.
beginning. You could give the context
Well,
at the beginning.
No,
We
you go,
want
"Ooh,
big
wow.
woke Joe trailer reactions. I
Whoa.
demand it.
Oh my god, that's amazing! I just saw that just now, and not 30 times already.
Figure drop. We can really open to criticism, but I want to know what your rating is, Joe. Out of 10.
See?
10 out of 10. I think this was perfection.
Okay.
This was absolute perfection. I couldn't stop watching it. I kept playing it back.
And the way, like, I want to point out, just step back just a little bit, Teladia, where it showed this summer. That looks a lot like the old way they did the Christopher Reeves movies. The
I was just
this-
gonna say that. Do you think this movie is gonna open like the old ones and Superman Returns, almost like that Star Wars title sequence thing?
It's possible. Because, like I said, if you look at where it said by James Gunn, where it had James Gunn's name, and like here, this is what I'm talking about. It begins. Look at the way they do that right there. The shininess on the letters. That's what they used to do for the Christopher Reeve Superman movies. That's exactly how they would, like, when the titles would come up. When the titles would come up, it was silvery like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we'll get something exact, but I wouldn't be surprised if we got something that's just a little bit evocative of it, like.
Well, I mean,
like the music, like how the music is. It's
the score.
Williams, yeah, like I think we might get something that's similar, but tweaked.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But this harkens back to Christopher Reeve's Superman.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Well, I would like to hear like your favorite parts and any criticism. I would, Joe. I want you to look for criticism because I know you love it. But anything you're like, maybe not that.
Well, I mean, there's really. This is how long is this? 2 minutes? Two minutes?
2:30. 2:35.
I mean, I don't think there's anything to criticize yet. Like, we haven't heard any dialogue. We haven't seen any plot points yet. I mean, we're basically
fair, there's a lot to criticize.
Well, look, we're just getting images. I mean, he looks good in the role. Brosnahan looks good as Lois. I mean, I haven't seen her play the part. I've just seen her kind of walk through. I don't know what you criticize. Like I don't like the suit that guy's wearing. Yeah. This is so minor, but I wish they'd called it Lex Core instead of Luthor Core.
There you go.
But that's pretty minor.
We were saying this on the other show earlier. I think that it'll end up being called Lex Core by the end.
What about? I know
father's business.
I know Joe has criticism. Crypto. That's not a good dog.
Oh my god!
What do you think about?
I like the dog is perfect, man.
I'm joking.
Yeah,
I'm joking.
He is literally the star of the trailer. Like, I mean, when Superman whistled and he came running, it was just like, it's like, I don't care what you do now. You've already got me. You've already got me.
All right, Max. I have one criticism.
Yeah.
One.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the silly bowl haircut on Guy Gardner.
Oh God, you're gonna trigger Joe.
Oh, I love it.
I mean,
I actually had
wait, freeze on there.
Where is it?
No. Leave that there for now, Teladia. Look, because I want to.
You think this is a BVS thing, or is it like a political thing where like people don't like Superman? Or
okay, so this movie, there's if you pay attention to the trailer, there seems to be something going on with some foreign country. This could be a protest, and one of the rumors of this movie is that something he did something Superman did was
Alright, leave it
caused the conflict.
Okay.
So
Yes, well, Grace may be right.
So it's like a political commentary. type
yeah,
thing.
they're the people of America are mad or angry at Superman because they've drug us into another conflict. Maybe I don't know, but that's what it seems like it is because you see the things about Barovia and all of that.
What do you think of this?
This is the first look at Green Lantern and James Gunn's DCU.
Well, this is a Green Lantern. This is not Hal Jordan.
No, I mean Green Lanterns. I mean, in DC.
But this is my favorite. This is the best Green Lantern. I did have an argument with my brother over text earlier today.
I think this is the first Green Lantern.
Yeah. But my brother, like over text, was like, I didn't like the.
What do you
the
mean
guy
by the
wearing
first
hair.
Green Lantern?
And the DCU. He's not saying he's the first Green Lantern from the story fade. He's just saying in the DCU in James Gunn's version until we get Hal Jordan
In
and
the
John
DCU.
Stewart. Yeah.
Yeah, my brother texted me and he's like, I don't like the haircut on Guy Gardner. And I said, no, it's perfect. Like, that's what he's supposed to look like. And he goes, well, just because it works in the comics doesn't mean it works on screen. And I said, no. You don't get it. It doesn't work in the comics either. No, that's the gag. He's a guy with a bad haircut. Like in the comics, they make fun of his haircut.
It's not
like, it's not like it works when you draw it and it doesn't work in real life. It just never works. Like that's part of the gag. Is that like he's a really unstylish guy and he thinks he looks good and nobody else does.
There's also another cameo in here that RJ pointed out, mainly because I think.
Why'd you say that name?
It's a spoiler for Creature Commandos, but there's a cameo in this trailer. That's I guess on one of the newspapers.
When I would remind everyone, please, we had 6 likes on the video. We had like 14 people watching. Get those likes up there. Even panelists, please thumbs up the video. Help us out.
Get those likes up.
I always do.
Yeah. There's something that references another hero's villains.
Yes, it references Gorilla Grodd. He's on one of the. He's on one of the newspapers. There's when Superman's going in the doors right before Guy Gardner blocks the window out. There's a police officer holding a newspaper, and if you pause on the newspaper, it's a gorilla.
Okay. That's cool. Cool Easter egg there.
And that ties it supposedly to Creature Commandos.
Do you think they'll make Flash too?
Of course, Flash is going to end up being in the DC.
But, I mean, like the Flash sequel. Or do you think they'll just do it?
No, it's going to.
Well, it's all.
There isn't going to be a sequel to the Flash. Not the Flash we got last year. No.
Yeah, not a straight sequel, but it's all a spiritual sequel. Because that's where the timeline diverged.
So I'll be back.
So do you think? Oh, where did Teladi go?
He said he'd be back.
His internet messed up. So let's look at this.
Hey,
it could also be a tease for Teen Titans as well.
Max,
because isn't there a Flash in Teen Titans?
Why don't you pull that up?
What?
I just put something down below that I think you'll enjoy.
Kal-El, you will go to the Dagobah system. Yeah, it looks like
this is a cat one that is going around.
That's
good. That's good. There's some good memes coming out of it already. That's a good sign. Joe, you just shared something that you say you don't like. You said you don't like.
Yeah, but this isn't negative. This isn't negative.
All right, go ahead, Teladi. I'm sorry. Can you hear us, Teladi?
My thing went down. It's down to my internet. My internet's acting up. So.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Memes don't have to be negative,
I can
Joe.
hear you.
Yeah, but 9 times out of 10 they are.
No.
They really are.
There's this meme too that I'm sharing. It's a cat instead of a dog.
Oh, the cat! You waiting for a cat to get here, and you'll die.
That scene with this scene right here with Lex Luthor. Hold on.
Anyway. Scooter Crunch, big money Scooter Crunch, $1.99. Glad this international show is in English, Mr. Max. Yeah.
Now this photo right here with Lex Luthor with the sunglasses. The guy in black behind him with the big U on his chest? That's Ultraman. Ultraman is an alternate reality Superman.
Mhm.
Also,
So-
that scene gives very much Superman Returns vibes when Lex Luthor goes into the Fortress of Solitude.
Yeah. So that's a good point, Thade and CJH. So there's Ultraman on the right, and
The engineer over here.
I was just gonna say that engineer on the left.
So, who do you think's gonna play Jor-El if he's going into the Fortress of Solitude?
Don't know. Don't know if
So-
they're even
so-
gonna do it.
That's a good
So
question.
Lex Luthor,
good-
this Lex Luthor, it looks like in this scene's crashing the Forces of Solitude to get the scoop on Superman to find out about Kryptonite, maybe. You know,
I think they're gonna. I think they'd come to wreck the fortress because there's a scene later where Superman's standing over a wrecked robot that he seems upset about losing, and I noted that Alan Tudyk is in the cast, and he's been playing. He's played a lot of robotic characters over the last few years.
I like Anthony Cheeseman's idea, Michael Rooker as Jor-El.
Well, here's a question for you. If like the big holographic head of Jor-El appeared in the fortress, and lo and behold, it's Hank Cavill, does the audience go for that, or does that just piss people off?
Might be
Hank
funny.
Cavill?
Henry Cavill.
Oh, Joe said Hank.
His friends
Hank
call,
is short for Henry.
His friends call him Hank.
Oh, I
Hanky.
didn't know that.
Hank is short for Henry.
where do you want Hank Cavill?
I said if he shows up as the big
well,
floating holographic head of Jor-El, does the audience go for it, or does that piss people off?
That pisses people off.
It'd be interesting. It wouldn't piss me off.
I don't want to see that either.
Didn't they do
Might-
that in
might be-
another
I want
movie?
if they're gonna do this, be it fresh. Why have Hank?
Well, didn't they do that in another movie where like one of the previous Supermans played Jor-El or something?
Yes.
Well, it's
Was it
kind of
TV show?
tradition. Like in Superman the movie, Kirk Allen played Lois Lane's dad on the train, and then you had Dr. Swan played by Christopher Reeve on Smallville, and
You also had
Dean Cain is Supergirl's dad. It's kind of like a tradition to bring back the previous actors.
You could
in,
bring
like,
Brandon Ruth. He's old enough.
Sean Hickman,
great.
member for 34 months. Thank you, Sean. I really appreciate that. Really appreciate it.
when they did Crisis on the CW shows, Brandon Routh showed up as an older Superman.
he was really good.
Yeah.
Well, do we want to have some fun and react to something here? I could show you.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, you can show if you guys got anything to
I
show.
also
Show
think
me.
Tom Cruise is too big of an actor.
So we're gonna move over to Creature Commandos. I think that's a good way to segue into Creature Commandos now, right?
Just so you know, I haven't seen the latest
And
episode. Are you
I
talking about
think
the
we should
latest?
talk about the first 3 episodes. How do you guys feel about that?
Okay.
It's fine.
First 3 episodes. I didn't see the third one.
I'm
Not
talking about the
fourth one,
first
right?
3.
Yeah, I haven't seen 4 yet, but the first 3 are great.
I live in the world where it never released.
I haven't seen the 4th
First
one, so
eyes.
I'm doing up to the first 3.
Okay. Let me see. Well, I'm not in love with the series. I think it's okay.
I'm really
No,
digging it. I still think Alan Tudyk's a national
You think
treasure.
it's okay. Okay. Well, what about you, CJ?
The humor isn't landing for me yet. The humor.
Yeah,
is
I
not
never
there.
saw it, and I
What
probably
about
won't
you,
ever.
CJ? What about Creature Commandos?
I didn't see it, and I probably never will. But yeah,
You don't see it? Okay.
Why not? You don't have Max?
I think I've got a bit of delay,
no, yeah.
guys,
Well,
just to let
that
you know.
and
Yeah.
we don't have Max in Canada, but also, I just don't really care about the animation side of DC anymore.
Blasphemy.
I know, blasphemy.
The animation set is probably the best stuff they've done ever.
Yeah, no.
I
I
don't know that I
don't know.
agree with that.
Maybe I'm just getting too old, or I don't know,
Yeah.
old and cynical.
I
Well,
wonder what people would think about that.
would it be fun
What?
if
So-
we got Okay.
I mean,
Oh God, your internet's decided not is to act up today.
no, you go first.
Okay. I thought it'd be fun if we react to Henry Cavill's
Today of all days.
reaction of the Superman trailer. What about this, Joe?
Is this for real?
I don't think that. No,
Yes.
it says AI.
Oh,
AI.
oh, so it's a bit.
CJH, why'd you ruin it? He
I
just
think
asked
this
if it's
is-
I
real.
think
Joe's
It
kryptonite
says
is
AI
reading the
right
whole title.
there.
I know, but Joe's kryptonite is reading the whole title. That's why he pops
Well,
up.
it says
Yeah,
AI
and
at
you're
the
gonna
bottom.
trigger
I know,
Donovan.
but you had to ask. You had to ask. All right, so let's
You're
react
gonna
to this.
trigger Aunt Donovan.
All right, here we go.
Man's first trailer.
Yeah, it just
it
came out
says
today.
AI
We'd like to see
in the
what you think
title
about
too.
it.
Just so
Oh
you
my
guys-
God, you too.
Oh,
By the way.
there goes Superman crashing into the snow. Well, it looks like they're copying Man of Steel when I took my first flight.
Oh yeah, kind of does.
Wait a second, is that Clark?
Yes, it's
Why is
Clark.
he acting and looking so different than Superman? I'd just play them the same.
What with the voice? He sounds like Tommy Wiseau from.
Yeah, he doesn't sound like
The-
Henry Cavill. This isn't very good AI.
This is Tommy
I
Wiseau
thought
from
you would
The
laugh.
Room.
Thought you would laugh, Joe, about Cavill giving him cell phone shade. Like, oh, I just played them the same.
Oh hi, Mark.
This is not looking like a happy Superman. Wow.
No,
and
not
they said
funny.
my movies
not-
were dark,
that's not
please.
funny.
Oh,
It is funny.
Jamesy.
What's not
Lois
funny?
Lane. She's not a redhead, so guess what? She's not my type. Oh, no, that's a big daddy. Yeah, he's definitely going out
Oh,
with a
oh.
heart attack. Well, that's a
Wait,
shame, because there's nothing
Whoa.
better than losing your daddy.
You guys don't
Oh
think
my
this is
God.
funny?
Well, I think
That
the
was
accent
horrible.
he's speaking with is bizarre because he doesn't sound British. He sounds like he's Eastern European or something.
Oh my God. You guys are taking this too seriously. Good God.
By the way, there's a fan-made trailer of
Like,
the Superman
Max,
that's
be back.
really good.
I'm gonna switch over
but I
to a
don't know
different
if
browser.
you can share it.
Okay. Stop this. Stop. This is so bad. Max sucks. Boo.
I'm gonna
It's
switch to a different
funny.
browser.
It's for a laugh.
Max,
Yeah.
I'm sharing a trailer that a fan made, but
No,
I don't
wanna
know if
show
you
a
can
bunch of
play it
trailers.
because of copyright.
Right. So I don't want
But
to
it's,
play it.
but it's really good. It's like
This one's transforming enough
Well,
that we're fine.
Well, ET's really good too, but we're not going to play that on the stream.
that's
In a
crazy.
pointless twister.
Pointless.
So, what's that? Oh, it's Crypto. That's my boy. Best buddy. I wish I could have had him, but Zach said I couldn't.
Oh, no.
Oh, nice. All right, there's my boy, Lex. If he doesn't act like the Joker, I'm going to seriously lose my mind.
It's not even funny. It's like
By the way, John Williams' Superman theme, not original. I like to do that to him for taking my job. Look, it's
Oh.
Lloyd. These guys will never
Oh,
replace
I
him.
didn't hear
is
that.
a Snyder. Somebody who made this is Snyder.
Now that is awesome. That thing.
This is my
Oh,
least favorite part
speaking
the
of this,
trailer, Joe.
do you think, Crazy Joe? Do you think this is Jimmy Olsen?
What, the creature?
Yeah, because
don't know, I mean-
All-Star
No.
Superman.
I mean, Jimmy has mutated
Okay.
things before, but I
What
doubt
are you
it.
guys talking about? This is peak VFX. It looks generic. That's
This
my
is
one.
the kaiju
you
is
know that?
good.
Did you know that, Max?
This
The-
looks like Turtle Boy.
Jimmy Olsen turns into a kaiju.
The kaiju looks.
Yeah. Do you
He
think
turns
that's,
he turns into a thing called Turtle Boy, and if you look at this kaiju, it looks like it's got a shell on his back.
Yeah. Do you think
Hmm.
this is Jimmy
It just
Olsen?
looks- I don't. Why Jimmy Olsen?
Because
Because we just
All-Star
said, Max,
Superman.
he turns into in All Star Superman, he turns into a kaiju.
And James
Why
Gunn
would
said he
Jimmy
loves
Olsen
that.
be a kaiju?
Because it
Because
happened in the
that-
comics.
it hap-
Why?
Yeah.
That sounds ridiculous.
Well, you have to read
Because it's
comics.
comics, Max. It's ridiculous.
It's
I've been
Superman's
reading it-
pal.
I've been reading them for 40 years, Max. Comic books are
And-
ridiculous. Come
And
on.
James Gunn already said he loves All-Star. That's what he wanted this movie to be based off of. All-Star.
I mean,
Superman.
based on what they're read a comic. I'm not going to read a comic if people turn into turtle kaiju's.
Oh my god. Do you like Ninja Turtles?
Yeah, because there's Teenage Mutant Ninja, and they're not
Who just screenshotted that?
and they're not nerdy reporters turning into kaiju or
Teenage Mutant
photographers.
Ninja Turtles. Not me.
But yeah, this looks generic to me. This is this part. Everything else looks great.
Also, you gotta remember this comes in the same world that the Suicide Squad happened with Starro.
Okay.
It's my Justice League team.
Yeah, you guys were great.
Uh-oh, I'm getting Lando vibes.
Oh.
Mr. Terrific is giving you a hard time? We would have put him in his place just by sending the Batman. Oh, I miss my team. I miss playing Superman. No, Henry, don't.
All right, I'll get this off. No one likes it.
Hey,
Yeah.
Max, I put an image
Oh,
down below of
that's
Jimmy
perspective.
Olsen as Turtle Boy.
Yeah. No, Max.
That's horrible.
That's not even the only monster that Jimmy Olsen turned into.
Max,
He turned
yeah,
into a lot of
my thing
monsters.
Back in the
Twitter,
60s
like,
and 70s, he was
TikTok.
mutating every other issue.
Yeah, he was turning into stuff like every issue, man.
Elastic Lad.
What are you saying,
Yeah.
Teladia? You're the big bring
The
the labor
Twitter
here.
on my Twitter thing. Can you remove?
Can you remove it? What?
Hold on.
Yeah,
Give
and
us- give us a-
also he
give us
kind
a
of
I'm streaming
turned
on my Twitter.
into,
Can you remove it from?
Oh, can you remove it? Okay.
kind of turned into like a Doomsday type character. Look at this. I'm sharing.
I find it funny that they
Sharing
now
what he
call you
looks like.
Woke Joe.
Okay,
that?
I removed it on your Twitter.
What's
So
that?
I'm sharing
I
this.
I
but
just noticed your tag says Big
Thank
Woke
you.
Joe. I was just like, okay.
Oh yeah, somebody called me that disparagingly, and I adopted it.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
Jimmy
so
as a Doomsday type creature.
I don't like this part.
He
of it.
also turned into Elastic Lad.
And this is something that, like, this is where I believe in
Okay.
I trust you and your brother, Joe, that you don't need everything exactly like the comics.
Hey guys, I just a random question came up. What would you guys think of a cameo by Kurt Russell as Jor-El? I think he'd make an interesting Jor-El.
Sure.
Oh, I could see that.
But he was already
that's a good one.
Star-Lord's
Yeah, he was already
Sure.
someone's dad.
And
but
that was
so
in Marvel.
Michael
We're not
Rooker
talking
too.
about Marvel. We're talking about DC.
Yeah, that's all right. Nathan Fillion was in all the Guardians of the Galaxy movies.
Yeah, he was.
We still don't know who's Jor-El in this movie, huh?
No, it's probably going to be.
It's also possible Jarrell's just not in the movie.
Yeah.
I don't think it's Tom Cruise either, by the way.
Or
I know
they might
people have
do.
brought that up, but he's too big of an actor to be in something like this.
Mhm.
That doesn't make sense. These are all big actors. Well, not Corn Sweat.
Well, you know what I mean. Like he comes off as almost like too good for these cape movies.
Mm. All right. What else do we want to talk about? I don't know if we really want to talk about Turtle, the giant turtle
Kraven.
man.
Kraven.
Kraven. You want to talk about Kraven?
No, Kraven the Hunter.
It's Kraven
Yes.
time.
Mm-hmm.
I never watched
Let's
it. I
talk
know
about
that
the
there's a
fact
bunch of puns in the movie.
Been a
CJ, you
failure.
gotta not interrupt him because he's on a delay. Okay,
Sorry.
go ahead. What about Kraven?
the fact that Kraven did not well at the box office.
Yeah.
There's a delay and it looks like AI.
Well, the reason why Kraven didn't do well at the
And-
box office was because it was taken out of a shit ton of theaters. It wasn't given
yeah,
a
that's
chance.
true.
It wasn't given a chance
That
to
is
do
true.
okay.
It did.
They gave up on
There's-
it.
It's not like if it was gonna do good if they kept it in though.
Guys,
You know what Sony needs to do? They need to re-release Morbius.
Ooh, I have some breaking rumor news. I know everyone loves rumors. Who here
Ooh.
likes Stranger Things?
Go on. Bring it up on
Is it the
screen.
time jump? They're doing a time jump.
No.
Me.
I like Stranger Things.
You what?
I like
Big
Stranger Things.
Do you like the show Stranger Things? Or you just like Strange Things?
Both.
I like the show, and I'm also a Strange Thing. So
I mean, I like you. You're a strange thing.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm pretty normal.
Sadie
No.
Sink. I like
Okay,
this.
so Sadie Sink is reportedly in Marvel's frontrunner to play Jean Grey in the MCU via the In Snyder. That's the guy with John Roca on the hot mic. I think that would be a good casting. I think she's a really good actress.
Yeah.
I really like her in Stranger Things. We're getting the last season soon.
Max is a
That would be
badass
a
character.
How would
really
this
good
work if Cavill is Wolverine, like the rumor is suggesting? How would that work?
Because because Wolverine's like 8 million years old in the comics.
Donovan. She's older now, though. Anyone
Because
criticizing that?
They're,
she's
they're
older
actually
now?
they're most likely what they're going to do with the X-Men is they'll go with the original class, which was her, Cyclops, Iceman, Beast, and Angel.
Yeah.
And they'll probably start them out young because they want these characters to go for the next 15, 20 years.
Mhm.
I also
Well,
heard the rumor that Wolverine appears in Thunderbolts. Henry Cavill Wolverine.
Maybe.
You're judging her based on her height figure drawing? You Googled her
Maybe.
height that quick? I think she'd be a great casting for Jean Grey.
He's too quick.
What do you think, Joe?
I like her, but honestly, I was hoping they'd just keep Sophie Turner.
They won't.
I really like the cast that they had. I think that they were kind of wasted.
They're not
No.
going to keep that cast.
James
it's not gonna happen.
McAvoy should stay, honestly, and Michael Fassbender. I thought they were perfect.
I've been saying for years that the best way to handle the X-Men is to merge the universes and just bring the Fox characters in, because
That's a possibility.
it's the cleanest way to handle it, because the X-Men need to have a history. They have to have a history. You have to have, like, for Professor X and Magneto to be like the oldest, wisest mutants. But we've got no hint of mutants in the current MCU.
And they already introduced Patrick Stewart.
Yeah, but that was a mirror
Them
version.
too.
But I'm just saying, like, if you brought them in and merged the universes, that would allow for the history, because then the history would remain, and you could still explain away how there are elder mutants in a world where
Okay,
we're
so
just like,
That way you still have Gambit, and you still
right.
have
And
Tom
any
Reynolds as
continuity you want to
Deadpool.
write out, and any continuity you don't want to keep, can be explained away as a paradox from the merging of the universes. So, like, oh yeah, our universes merged, and there's some time paradoxes now. So
Yeah,
then you
because
can
I don't think they're
dismiss
going to
who you don't want.
recast Deadpool.
okay,
Well,
so what?
if they were going to do that, they might as well.
Can I say something?
All right, yeah.
Since the X-Men is something I've been waiting for MCU to come in for it to come into the MCU, I've been kind of like looking in, listening to things and everything else. What I've heard rumor wise, okay, is that they're going to do kind of what Joe was talking about, but it's basically after Secret Wars, the MCU is going to soft reboot. Soft reboot does not mean everything changes. Soft reboot simply means that certain things are going to collide into the. They're basically going to combine what's gone on with the original MCU, and the history of the MCU is not going to change. It's just going to be added to.
They're
Because
going to
this
make
is
it.
well, basically what the incursions are going to do is it's basically going to destroy the current 616, and then it's going to recombine it when the Secret Wars is over. Because this is all based on the Secret Wars is based on Jonathan Hickman's Secret Wars, and what happened in that was 616 and I think 1610, the Ultimates universe, collided, and then the planets. When Secret Wars was over and everything was remade by the maker, it became a single planet with a shared history. So what Joe's saying is kind of true, but they're going to end up recasting the X-Men.
Who do you think causes
I
the
think so.
incursion? Do you think it's Doctor Strange or Fantastic Four?
A lot of things have caused the incursions. We've seen that through Phase 4 and Phase 5. Several things have caused incursions. Doctor Strange caused incursions. What's going on and What If is because of the incursions. What Spider-Man did caused an incursion. Lots of things are causing that. Lots of things are causing the problems.
But do you think like Fantastic Four coming from their universe into the main universe definitely does something.
That's gonna change things. Yes.
By the way, I just watched and this ties in. This isn't a tangent. This ties into what we're talking about. I just watched the final 2 episodes of Star Trek Lower Decks.
Mm-hmm.
And the second to last episode of the series involves the Star Trek multiverse. And to anyone who's like sick of these multiverse stories, it's like must-watch television. It's hilarious because the Boimler is traveling through the multiverse, and he keeps talking about, "I'm so sick of multiverses. It's all rehashes. It's all the same people from different continuities." And it's really funny because with all these multiverse movies we've got, it just felt so relevant. I'm like,
I said this,
but I actually think you're in the minority that even people though it's popular to say you're done with multiverse. But I think the audience rewards it financially still. Here's the thing. And I said this a couple of weeks ago on Bruce's show that we do on Sunday. And I think Max was there, so he knows what I'm about to say. Comic books have always had multiverse. Like since 1957, since the Flash of Two Worlds, which is a DC comic, you had the Golden Age Flash and you had the Silver Age Flash. Multiverse is a baked-in concept for comic books, so it's going to fall over into the comic book movies. Now, as to whether people are aggravated with it or not, I don't know. I've heard people say it's lazy, but I don't think it's lazy. It's just interesting, at least to me.
Do you think with the emergence of the Hulk in the Captain America movie, do you think they're gonna start making more Hulk things now?
Well, I think the Red Hulk. Well, see, we've got She-Hulk, we've got Red Hulk, and we've got the Hulk. So yeah, and we've got Abomination. So there's going to be more Gamma characters.
And they got his son too.
Oh, Scar.
All right. Well, here is an Easter egg that people were talking about. Gorilla Grodd and Superman trailer. If you look at the front of the policeman's newspaper, you can barely see Gorilla Grodd. Yep. He looks realistic, Gorilla, not like cartoony. Like,
by the way, I don't think if they do Flash again, I don't think it will be Barry. I think it will be Wally West.
CJH, we're literally talking about Gorilla Grodd for a second here.
There, that's what I'm talking about. Gorilla Grodd is a Flash.
Oh, okay.
Gorilla Grodd is a DC villain.
Yeah,
you keep getting off on this Flash tangent, dude. Come on.
Well, I don't think they're going to touch Flash for a while. Is that what you?
But I mean, Gorilla Grodd has
no, they won't touch
Flash.
Yes, but right now Grodd's being used for other heroes. Chill, it's okay. Grodd is an overall DC villain. He's dealt with Superman. He's dealt with Flash. He's dealt with Batman. He's an overall villain.
Well, I mean, I do think CJH has a point, though. You're naturally going to think about how what's this mean for Flash, though. You're going to think about that. But
yeah,
I'd be shocked if they brought another Flash.
And I'm sure that we're going to have a Flash in this in the DCU. Well, no, you're going to have a Flash in the DCU. Come on, man. Flash is an integral part of DCU.
I still think we're going to find out that Amanda Waller had Barry killed. That's my theory.
Well, in the comics, he explode in the Speed Force?
Okay. In Crisis on Infinite Earths, he ran faster than he should have to save Superman and a couple other people. And he dissolved into the Speed Force, and he didn't come back for 20 years. And then Wally went from being Kid Flash to being the Flash. But Barry comes back. Barry's died a couple of times, so has Wally. So it could be anybody. They could use anybody as the Flash in the DC.
They could use Bart.
They could use Bart Allen. They could use Impulse. I mean, they could use Max Mercury. They could use Jay Garrick. They could use anybody.
Jesse Quick.
He's not popular enough. He's not.
I know they've kind of overused Barry at this point.
Popular.
Who's not popular enough?
They could use Wally. Barry's not popular. Not Barry. I mean, what's it called?
Very too
Wally is
popular.
popular enough, but Barty.
You're talking about Bart
Like-
Allen? You're talking about Impulse? Yeah, probably not popular enough, I guess, but
Well, I don't think that matters because I think what makes these characters popular is their exposure in mainstream media. Like,
it's the mantle. It's not the character who wears the mantle.
yeah, like I think like I remember years ago people would always say like, well, you can't ever put Two-Face in a Batman movie because the general audience doesn't know who Two-Face is. And I used to always say, well, how does the general audience know who Joker and Penguin and Riddler are? And people will be like, because they were on the TV show. And I'd be like, exactly. It was media exposure that made the general audience aware of those characters.
I don't see how the general audience couldn't be aware of Two-Face. He was in the animated series and was a big part of it.
Yeah, but before he was on the animated series, like when the early Batman movies came out, like the first two, like before that animated series, people would go, oh, no, you can never have Billy D. Williams turn into Two-Face because the audience doesn't know who Two-Face is. And I used to say, yes, but you put him in a movie, then the audience knows who he is. And then sure enough, the animated series came around.
Right.
And Tommy
I wanted to bring...
They were going to have him in the Adam West stuff, but I guess that got canceled. They did a comic.
I'm bringing this up because this GIF is a good look at Guy Gardner, Green Lantern, and he's using his ring on the building, and it's what is going on in the scene. I want to get your theories here.
He's obscuring the windows.
He's obscuring the windows, but it also. Yeah. Are there creatures out there, or that's just the public?
No, that's the public that's angry. Okay, so when Superman's walking through the doors, he's coming into this place.
Yeah.
The lobby. Really I think it's the lobby of the planet, maybe the
Daily Planet. Okay.
The Daily Planet.
They're protesting.
They're protesting him because of the Barovia stuff.
Oh, okay. And
Guy Gardner's obscuring the windows so they can talk to Superman.
I originally thought there were some creatures out there. Okay, so that makes more sense. Thank you, Thade, for that. But that's an interesting scene too. And what a pal to have as Guy Gardner, right, Joe?
I suppose. Yeah. Guy Gardner was always a bit of a prick, but yeah.
But he looks like he's a great friend to Superman in here.
That's what makes him fun. Like, I mean, it's the fact that he's like a total a-hole that makes him such a fun character.
Or like Donovan Martin said, or Guy put up a sound that could be a soundproof barrier so they can talk.
Probably both, yeah.
Because you'd hear the protesting from outside. What I think he's doing is he's obscuring and putting a barrier there so they can have a chat with Superman because he's down. I think they're coming in to say, hey man, you gotta pick it up, brother. You know, you do a job, you know.
Mm-hmm. But I didn't get a good look at this in the trailer, so I'm glad someone reposted this.
These people could also be mad because of the kaiju attack on the city. They could blame Superman for the things that the troubles that heroes bring on Metropolis.
Mm-hmm.
You know who the worst Green Lantern is? Sorry.
Who's the worst Lantern?
Hal Jordan. Because Hal Jordan's just a jerk. Poor Guy Gardner went into a coma, and while Guy's in a coma, what's Hal do? Runs off with Guy's girlfriend.
Look, Hal Jordan.
And they always make fun of Batman.
People have a weird connection to Hal Jordan because he was the first Lantern a whole lot of people that read comic books came across. Also, the thing about Hal Jordan is he's kind of like the Lantern Corps messiah because he's one of the few people that's worn every color of ring. He's the only one that's worn all the different color spectrums of rings at the same time.
Why don't they do Alan Scott?
Alan Scott is... They may actually do Alan Scott or show Alan Scott in the DCU. But the thing about Alan Scott is his ring is different than the traditional Green Lantern rings. His ring comes from a piece of the planet Oa, but it's not made like the other rings.
All right.
That piece of the planet Oa fell back to Earth.
Oh,
so.
where'd
Joe go? Joe left too. I don't know what's going on.
Joe
all right. Well, I was just going to bring this up. I'm looking at all the I'm trying to find all the Easter eggs.
Okay. I want to.
Let me set it up first, Date. Hold on. You want to get what you want to say, but let me set this up first. So Lex Luthor's soldiers from Superman for all seasons. I didn't even see this in the trailer. Did you notice this before? And then here's the comic. Okay, so go ahead, Thade. I wanted to present it first, but I didn't even notice this.
Okay.
But they're
So,
doing
yes.
a lot of deep dives on all the DC comic stuff. Like,
So a lot of James Gunn's inspiration for Superman was for this movie was All-Star Superman and a Superman for all seasons. Okay.
Mhm.
These soldiers they work for LexCorp, because if you look at the front of this of the armor, it's got the LC for Luthor Corp on it.
Mhm.
Okay. Also, and see if I can share a picture really quick, maybe. Because you'll notice this goes along with it. Okay, there we go. Lex Luthor in the comics wore an armor. Save image.
Well, I was going to ask, if LexCorp soldiers wear this, does this mean we're going to get like armored Lex like we've seen in some comics or animated series? Like,
yeah, I think eventually we will get an armored Lex Luthor. Yes,
that's going to be pretty cool. It almost looks like armored Batman for BVS, just to give people an example of some if they don't know.
Well, we did that in the Superman and Lois show too. Okay.
Yeah, Teladia, I would say just do your icon because your internet stinks today. No offense. It's going to take him a minute to respond. But here it is in the comics, though. Citizen, stay away. Okay, yes, sir.
Yeah, but the Lex Luthor's armor had the same color scheme. It was green and purple like this.
Yeah.
It's the first time we saw it was in the Superman and Lois show too.
Yeah, you do see it in Superman and Lois for a bit. There at the last season, I believe.
It's called the power suit, right?
Yeah, it's Lex Luthor's power suit.
Yeah, I think in the Injustice games, you can.
Of course,
play
that's on
Lex's
the
power suit.
way you know about Max.
No, I'm just giving people an entry point to the power suit and Lex. That makes me feel like, yeah, like a lot of people are speculating that you're going to get the power suit Lex, and I think that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, here's I didn't notice this either. Let me bring this up. I don't know what to think about Metamorpho, but here's a look at Metamorpho from the trailer. Someone says looks cheap. I don't think it looks cheap. I just don't.
Look, that's a screenshot. Okay, so it's not necessarily. A lot of people think that these single shots we get in magazines or online or whatever are what it's going to look like finally, and it's never the case. It usually gets cleaned up. It usually looks better, and you'll get it later, obviously, in the movie. It'll look better in the movie than it does in these single shots.
Well, the actor that's playing Metamorpho, I think they could have got the natural look of the actor to look a little bit better, but this looks all right, you know.
All right. Metamorpho.
I'm gonna put something in the private chat here. I know we're focusing on DC and Marvel, but
what were you saying, Teladia? Okay.
Hello, Teladia?
What does this mean? Explain this to me, Thade.
Okay, they're picking on they're obviously not happy with this. They're calling Pattinson an emo, his Batman's emo, and his Clark is a nerd. It's BS.
Emo and nerd.
Yeah.
But we should be happy because they are kind of emo and nerd.
Exactly. People that complain.
Bruce doesn't get out of his emo until he's like later on, and he's dating.
No, he's still this man. Even now in the comics, sits on top of buildings, brooding whenever he's not hurting somebody. I mean, come on! Don't give me this shit that Batman doesn't brood, man. Come on. I hate
Did
people
you
that
see
say
this
that.
one?
Oh, he's just an angry Nemo. He's just an angry emo. Yeah, he has been since the 30s.
Yes, I saw
Zack
this. CJ.
Snyder's.
That's just wrong.
Zack Snyder's Crypto. It's a Pitbull mix. Oh, you changed the filter? Not dark enough? Oh,
That's just wrong. Stop it. Just stop it. Just stop it.
it's a joke. It doesn't offend me.
Yeah. Blah.
By the way, I put something in the private chat. I put something.
Yeah.
Also,
put
you
the
have
other
to
one.
you have
Take a
to
look at what I put in
understand.
the private chat. By the way,
You have
that
to
is for
understand.
our next
Patents.
topic, which is Bane and Deathstroke film.
Okay, I'll bring that up
Possibly.
in this. I'll bring that up next.
Can I say something to figure drawing real quick?
Yes.
Okay. So Pattinson's Batman, you have to understand, he was very emotional because he was like year 2 Batman in that movie. He's still hurting. He's still stinging from all of it, you know?
He hasn't found the mask, the real mask, Bruce
Yeah,
Wayne mask. Yeah.
He hasn't found the mask yet. What's
right.
up, Rhea? How you doing?
So this is the first look at the new Hitman film based on the video game. Oh wait, no, this is Lex Luthor and Superman. Does he have
You
a
think that's a
kryptonite bullet?
Krypton? Yeah. Do you think that?
Yes.
I
someone
think-
says- Oh,
I
H
thi-
Parts is there. Beast has become the villain.
Yeah.
Yeah, he played Beast in the X-Men movies. I want to say this.
I would before you go on, Thane, because it's gonna be hard to stop you once you go. This image here of Lex when he's very upset. He's got scars.
He's already
on.
better than
He looks
Jesse
like
Eisenberg.
this I love. This is my favorite Lex part. No, I mean the Lex with the shades when the engineer is on to the left of him and Ultraman's to the right of him. That's great. But this is the most dangerous Lex when he is upset. Look at that. And I really feel like, what's the actor's name again?
Name is Nicholas Hoult.
Nicholas Hoult. I really feel him selling this here. This is a dangerous Lex. This is the Lex that puts on the power
Nicholas Hoult,
suit.
yeah.
Yeah, to really, yes, Teladia from the past, from the future. I'm sorry. it's very funny. You ask Teladia something, you get a minute, you get a response a minute later. But I love this image of Lex. I can't, I'm looking forward to Lex more than Superman. And I liked Jesse Eisenberg's Lex. I thought it was accurate as to the way a Lex would be in today's age, But this is like a classic Lex. I'm really feeling it. I think people are going to say this is the Lex Luthor, even more so than the Smallville Lex Luthor or Gene Hackman Lex Luthor. Gene Hackman Lex Luthor was great, but it was different.
I know Figure Drawing
Okay.
mentions Watchmen. I would recommend that new animated movie because that actually adapts the comic.
Okay,
Accurate.
so what I was going to say about Nicholas Hoult. First of all, he's a great actor. I've gotten into some of his movies and shows lately. He did a really good show for Hulu called The Great, which is about Catherine the Great, her husband. He played the husband. He was Emperor of Russia. He is a great actor. He's very expressive. Now, you said something a second ago, Max, about Lex Luthor. Different people who've played Lex Luthor. My favorite Lex Luthor is still Michael Rosenbaum. But
Yeah, I like Michael Rosenbaum.
But that being said, if Nicholas Hoult can sell it, he'll be up there with Rosenbaum for me.
Mm-hmm. I love this image here.
I kind of wish Kevin Spacey wasn't the person he was because he was half decent.
He was passable as Lex.
I don't like
effective CJH, but he was okay, but he didn't really bring anything new.
I don't really like when they make Lex a joke character, like Hackman did.
Yeah, Eisenberg.
Or Eisenberg, really. I mean, Eisenberg acted more like Lex Luthor Jr. From the comics. But anyway, I don't really like when they play Lex off as comical because Lex is not. Lex is a guy that'll be your friend one day, and 5 minutes later, he's this Lex. Mm-hmm. You've done something. You wrong him even a second, and he's on you. He's going to hurt you.
I want to see him emotional like this.
Do you think this guy will? He'll finally get bigger roles I know that Hollywood kind of.
He's actually gotten quite a few big roles. He's not an A-lister by any matter, but
Oh no,
he's a B-list, but he's a B-list actor and he's really good. I mean, this guy is a good, solid actor.
But do you think this movie might get him into the A-list type thing?
I don't know. It depends. Comic book movies sometimes catapult people, sometimes they don't. Now, the one thing I'm going to say about this Lex from this picture right here looks to me like he could laugh at you for a second and then he'll snap and kill you. And that's what we need from Lex Luthor. He has to be that. He needs to be that way.
Yeah, unstable but also stable in a way.
Well, he's one of the smartest men on the planet in DC Comics.
And remember, didn't he become mayor or president or something?
He became president he became president of the whole United States at one point.
Well, I mean, I was going to say you'd have to be smart to be that, but I guess not. But
we won't go there. But yeah, he's gonna be a good Lex. I just don't know if he'll top Rosenbaum for me. I don't know. But then again, Rosenbaum had more time to develop his Lex than you have in a movie. So,
all right. Let me see. I'm the thing that's really
did you see the article I shared in the thing?
CJH, let
I will.
I know.
I will.
Sorry.
All right. I'm trying to handle everything because Teladia's wanted to cover things too, and I don't know what's happened there. But the most amazing thing too is we got an amazing Superman trailer, and James Gunn says Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow starts shooting in just a couple weeks. This is a great artistic interpretation of Supergirl. I'm even more excited about Supergirl. She may make an appearance as an Easter egg in the Superman movie.
This actress is great. I love this actress.
And James Gunn has gone on the record. I've said this before that he went on record as saying that he's talking about how they need to do a great script, and he wasn't planning on the Supergirl filming right away, but it was so good that he fast tracked it.
Yeah,
the talent associated with it, with the director and everything, and the writer just came together so quick that this is amazing that we're getting Superman and Supergirl probably within a year or two of each other. That's amazing.
Also, just for his inspiration for this movie, the comic book series Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow is really weird. So I think she'll do. She looks like Kara. I think she'll do a great job. And again, she's a great actress. Millie Alcock is a great actress. So,
and we need a lot of
for this.
What's that, CJH?
You think society is ready for a female?
I don't look,
yes.
dude. I don't care what society's ready for.
We've had Wonder Woman already. We've had it. Look. They complain about Captain Marvel because she's more of a recent female character.
Actually, Captain Marvel.
You know what? Honestly, because she doesn't wear a skirt. Okay.
Yeah, that I've seen that complaint. There's Supergirl's had a lot of looks in the comics, and
I'm saying they complain about more recent female comic book characters, and if they don't play up to the female gaze or male gaze type of look, Supergirl and Wonder Woman, the original designs were very, were a certain way. So. But this is. Oh, sorry. Did you want to add anything, Thade or Teladia on Supergirl?
I was just saying here recently, there's been a lot of talk about the different costumes she's worn, and there was a costume recently in the comics where she had like the full bodysuit like Superman does, and people were complaining about that because Supergirl's always shown leg or she's always worn a skirt, and when you said the skirt thing, that brought that up to my head, my memory. And look, I don't care what Supergirl wears. What I care about is whether the actor or actress can play the character. I don't give a damn what they wear. I don't give a damn what race they are. I just don't care. If the actor can play the character, that's all that matters.
Mm-hmm. I'm with that too, but it's kind of cool to see just exactly how the character would be, blonde, long blonde hair, and I'm not gonna cry over it if she doesn't wear a skirt. At the same point, it's kind of cool to see a traditional look. It is for me, you know. At least we don't know yet. We don't know yet, honestly. How
And Max, to be honest, I don't disagree.
Yeah.
Crucifer.
damn, I've never heard of this Gooners thing until recently. Everyone says Gooners.
Okay, Gooning, you don't want to know, but I'll tell you backstage, Max.
Okay.
We're not going to say it on a family show, okay?
This ain't no family show.
Well, I'm not going to talk about what Gooning is online talking with people live, okay?
Okay. Read a comic, Max. I did read comics for your show.
You need to read more, Max.
All right, let me bring this up because Teladia wants to cover. While Teladia is here, I brought this up, and then I'll do mailbag and some other things. The Goonies. Yeah.
Did you even do it?
The Goonie.
Mailbag?
I did a mailbag, yeah. Now you're going to go add stuff. Okay. So, Teladia, are you able to set this up, or do you want me to cover it? I don't know. Are you there, Teladia? Good God.
Teladia, or are we home? Are we there?
I'll set it up then.
Okay.
Okay, so this rumor about DC under James Gunn, DC Studios, Bane and Deathstroke. DC's Bane and Deathstroke movie gets a filming update.
Story be?
I don't know. Okay, so
are they doing the same mistake that Sony is doing?
No,
they're not. No.
Don't even compare HBO to Sony's.
Well, and then look at Joker 2.
Look at Penguin. Joker 2, yeah. People liked it critically. It just
Yeah. I still think in 10 years it'll.
Do not even compare Joker 2 to Kraven, bro. I almost told you, boy.
Bro.
Whoa.
Bro, I didn't even see Joker 2 yet, but if you're suggesting it's on the equal playing field as Kraven and Madam Web, come on now, not even in the same ballpark.
Hey, Max.
Took some swings.
Max, bruh.
Bruh. Come on. No, they're not doing the same thing. Okay, so let me read this. Following the resounding success of HBO's The Penguin series, new details about the Bane and Deathstroke movie. This is a rumor. I actually hope they do it. The next ambitious villains project have emerged from recent reports. I really prefer them to do this ahead of Clayface, but Clayface got an official confirmation, you know?
Yeah.
So I would prefer this to Clayface. But it says, a new report from Production Bulletin has revealed DC Studios' planned start date for the production of the untitled Bane and Deathstroke film with a fall 2025 production start in the works. The movie was officially announced in September 2024. I don't think it was officially announced. Was it?
No, it wasn't. No. By the way, how do I sound? Better now or worse?
You sound better. You're actually here.
Yeah, you're here. Yeah.
Continue talking. We'll see if it's
However, no information about potential filming dates was available at the time until now. Filming on the project is now expected to begin almost exactly 1 year after the initial announcement. There wasn't an announcement.
This is coming from CJH, by the way, not from me.
Oh, this was yours? This was CJH's?
Yeah, CJH sent it. No, CJH sent it to me.
Oh, okay.
And then I was like, why don't I make this a topic of discussion? Because, you know.
Well, I would like it to be there, but there's nothing official. I want it to happen because also Deathstroke, more so Deathstroke than Bane. We've seen.
I remember them talking about this before.
Cybercell's Batista doesn't want to be Bane anymore. He wants to do something.
Yeah, he's really thin now.
Well, it's not even about his physique. It's about challenging himself as an actor. I don't think the Bane character is really going to challenge any actor except physically, right?
No, because Bane. Well, I don't know. It depends. Bane can be pretty brainy sometimes, but I don't think it's as important as all this, though. I mean, Bane, if anything, is going to be like, if he's put in the same movie as Deathstroke, they're going to make Deathstroke the main character. He's more popular than Bane at that, but Bane's known for breaking Superman's back, but that's about it.
But only time will tell if we actually do get a Bane and Deathstroke film. But James Gunn did say though that he does have plans for a Deathstroke film in the future.
All right,
technically, Max.
All right, let me bring up the mailbag. We'll do some of that.
Yeah, we'll do some. Yeah, we'll do some mailbag, and then we'll wrap up in a nice bowl with some Q&As or whatnot. By the way, I apologize, guys. My internet's been really bad today. I don't know why tonight all night has been really bad.
Hey, it's just like when I went on with Perp earlier and nobody could hear me. My headset. Technical difficulties, Teladia. It happens, man.
All right, let me bring this up here.
Might want to refresh too.
Oh God. All right.
Oh, Gort.
Oh God. Okay. So Jacob McKenzie, thank you, Jacob. And let me put this in. Do I still have? Jacob is our first member of the month. I am going to be doing another member of the month for December. So thank you, Jacob McKenzie. So this was for November. Okay, so thoughts on Ryan Reynolds on Deadpool 4. Centering Deadpool works best if you take everything away from him and put his back against the wall. I can't really do that again. A fourth time feels a little iterative and redundant. That doesn't mean sacrificing fun. There's still an arc for Deadpool, which is fulfilling and powerful.
You know what I think is going to happen?
What?
Stan Lee's gone, right? I think Deadpool's going to be the new Stan Lee cameo.
No. I mean, I don't know. A
Look,
cameo in every movie? Deadpool? I don't think so.
Yeah.
There was
out of all the characters, he could do it.
I want to point out something. There, and it's something that was in a movie. Surprisingly, some of my friends here didn't like. But in Deadpool and Wolverine, there was a screen in the TVA that showed Deadpool being held by Thor and dying. That's going to come up later. They didn't show you that just for shits and giggles. Okay. And Ryan Reynolds has even indicated that that's going to come up later. So him saying he has something important for Deadpool to do, that's probably it. It's probably going to happen during Secret Wars.
Well, there's also a rumor going around that Hulk versus Wolverine fight we saw, where Deadpool appears and interrupts, is also the future as well. And so is the Henry Cavill scene. Could be.
Okay.
Of course, they've also looked at Henry Cavill for another character, too. Captain Britain.
So CGH asks, are you excited for Dexter Original Sin Episode 2 Friday? Yes, but I got rid of my Paramount Plus, so I'm not going to be able to watch it. But very good pilot.
If I still have it, would you be down for a watch party?
My wife wants to watch it. I would be down, but if I get it where I could see it, my wife wants to watch it.
So what about not so much on live, but would you be down like behind the scenes type thing?
Maybe. I'll have to ask. Go ahead. What were you gonna say, Thade?
Talk to me after the show, bro. Just talk to me after the show.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So CJH also thoughts on orbs versus drones. What are the orbs and what are the drones? I don't know. I've actually stopped following. Is there the new developments with the drones or the orbs? Do we know what they are yet?
Because
I was wrong. It's not promotion for Superman trailer. That's what I thought it was.
Yeah. There's two different things. There's the drones and then there's the orbs.
Mm-hmm.
I think the orbs and the drones. I think they're trying to tell us something.
What?
I don't know. Maybe, hey, pay attention to the sky.
That we're not alone.
That we're not alone. I don't know. Look, guys, for the last couple of years, the government's really been trying to tell us something, but they won't just sit down and tell us. They try to, you know, they try
And
to.
then they gaslight, and then they say, "Oh, it's not aliens. Never mind. We were joking."
Yeah, it's like, oh, come on now, like they're playing with us, man. They've been playing with us for a couple of years. they just playing with us, man. I don't know what's up with the orbs and the drones. I didn't even hear about this.
I've lost interest in it. I mean, I'll be honest. If they were flying above my house, I'd probably be more interested. But
well, yeah, if they're flying above your house, you have to know. You have to be interested because you have to know what the hell they're
before
doing.
this all started, I saw something before.
Droga 52. I've been banned from watching the Super Intro. My partner won't let me. Why?
Why?
I think you'd like it. I think you'd like it, Droga.
Why?
Okay. All right. Let me see here. Let's go back to Jacob. Thoughts on Anthony Mackie says he's looking forward to reuniting with the Russo brothers, Robert Downey Jr. for Avengers Doomsday. They understand this Marvel world in a very unique way, and just having Downey back adds so much. To see what he brings to the table is a huge opportunity. That's great.
Really
I like
Downey as Doctor Doom. I think that ruins Doctor Doom.
Well,
no, it doesn't because that he's an incursion. Again, it all has to, people overreacting about Downey's Doom. He's probably playing a variant, possibly got Emperor Doom.
I mean, they said that there's a potential of the real Doom as well.
Well, you're probably going to see Doom as a cameo in the probably the end, or it's going to be a stinger in the end of Fantastic Four.
But you know what's funny? We established that the 2005 Fantastic Four exists in the MCU, right? Because of Johnny Storm.
Yeah.
I could definitely see that Doctor Doom wanting to take over the world because he's got that ego.
Mm-hmm.
That Doctor Doom has. Whether or not he would win is up for debate, but I think he definitely has a mindset that he would definitely take over the planet.
It's
or
possible,
at least the
maybe.
universe or the multiverse.
It's possible, maybe. I don't know. We won't know until we
Sonic
get there.
3 tomorrow. Awesome, Rhea. Let me know how Sonic 3 is. I want to see it.
I got spoiled for Sonic 3, by the way. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody else.
Please don't spoiler Teladia.
No, I'm not going to spoil it for anybody else, but no, it got spoiled for me on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
I'm happy to have the Russo brothers back more than Downey because I think they did a great job in their Avengers movies.
But they gotta make it less gloomy looking. You gotta take that filter out.
All right. Jacob says, thoughts on Harrison Ford says playing Red Hulk didn't seem to be terribly difficult acting proposition. Yeah, because they did a CG.
Because he's
Harrison.
angry all the time.
I just didn't sit home at night and say, oh, what do I want to do when I turn to this Hulk? It's because he was probably...
what happened is
the animators took
Star
over.
Wars questions. They just asked him Star Wars questions. They got angry.
This is funny for Harrison because do you really think he did much once he turned in the Red Hulk? The animators took over. They scanned his face.
Well, no, he had to do a mocap.
Grunts.
I'm sure
He had to do grunts and stuff.
No, he had to do mocap. He had to do mocap and probably ADR.
I don't think so.
Yeah, there was a Comic-Con
not
thing.
the mocap
and he came
part.
out. There was a Comic-Con.
I'm telling you,
and he came out
have to,
all Hulk-like.
If you're going to put an actor on screen as a Hulk or as any kind of CGI and put CGI on top of them, they have to mocap. It still has to go through mocap.
Yeah,
someone has to mocap. Not
they
Harrison.
don't do the.
But most likely, what Harrison had to do was ADR for the voiceovers and his face.
That really grunts like, yeah.
He had to do ADR for the voiceovers and he had to do face work. Yeah. And he's in the movie as Thunderbolt Ross. I mean, so he had to act as Ross, but to be the Hulk, no, it's just CGI over mocap.
I have a question. I don't know, Thade, if you pay attention to the comics of the Hulk. Does Red Hulk speak more than the Hulk does?
Happy birthday, Axel.
Red Hulk is normally angry.
Yeah.
And so he's not
fluent.
Well, he's not angrier than the Hulk, but he does. It depends on which Hulk you're talking about because the Hulk has gone through so many different changes.
But the MC Hulk, I guess, before Professor Hulk, where like does the Hulk or does the Red Hulk speak more fluently in English than say Hulk does?
The Red Hulk is more intelligent than the Savage Hulk, yes.
Okay.
As a Hulk, because the Red Hulk is normally, as far as I know, he's trapped as the Red Hulk. He can't go back to being Thunderbolt Ross.
Yeah. And the Hulk kind of has that split personality type thing. That's why there's rumors that the Gray Hulk is going to come.
That would be
soon.
interesting.
Yeah.
Mr. Fix-It. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Thoughts on Sony reporting they knows that their spinoff films are creative and critical duds. I don't know if they do know that. That's just reporting rumors. I don't know.
I have a theory they're making those movies to lose money so they can write it off on taxes, but that's just my personal headcanon.
Possible.
Well, the problem with those movies is Venom is in a tricky spot now because they established that what's his name? Tom Hardy exists in the multiverse because of No Way Home.
Right, because they brought there's a symbiote on Earth now because of that.
So that's where they wrote themselves in a corner, essentially.
Well, look, 2 weeks ago we were all talking about Sonyverse was over, and they came out a few days later and said, no, it isn't. So, I mean, look, rumors are rumors.
I know Kraven is full of puns, apparently.
And the reason why Kraven did so badly, and I'm just going to make it pointedly plain, it's Christmas season. There were 2 other movies out that they wanted to do better, so they limited the screens that Kraven could go on. So Kraven wasn't able to make as much money as it should have if it had been in 2,500 theaters instead of 1,500. They lost 1,000 theaters because people wanted to run Moana 2 and Sonic because they think those 2 movies would do much better than having.
They want the $1 billion movie.
They want movies.
They no longer want. Yeah.
Theaters are going to start limiting what they allow to put in the theaters because let's face it, theaters are not doing well right now. They're going to want to go for the movies that are money makers.
Big event. Yeah.
Right. They're going to want those event movies. They're going to want those movies. And look, figure drawing. I'm not saying Kraven wasn't a bad movie. I'm saying Kraven would have made more money had it been in more theaters. It's only logical.
Well, here's another question. Do you think...
No, we got to stay on the mailbag questions, PJ.
Well, do you think that there's 3 movies next year, week by week, right? You got Jurassic Park, you got Superman, you got Fantastic Four. Do you think that's going to bring back the movie audience?
The movie audience is back. The movie audience.
No, what I mean is,
hold on, CJH, hold on. I gotta push back on Max with this one. Not entirely, Max. Not like it was pre-COVID.
For good movies, it is.
For good movies, maybe. Yeah. But for Kraven, no, and it was never going to happen. And then they limited the number of theaters Kraven could go into, so they screwed that movie. But they did it so the theaters could make more money on these other 2 movies that were going to be more popular.
But do you think a Baner after Baner, they end up, people get back into the routine of going back to the movies?
I think if people start getting over the fact of being scared of COVID and other things,
no one's scared about COVID anymore. I mean, there are people that have real health issues that I feel bad for you, including my parents.
Max, but let me make this clear. Max,
COVID is not a factor. It's the reason why box office is not doing good.
Max, you did let me finish, Max, before you jumped me on that. Okay.
Yeah.
COVID was an issue for several years.
Yes.
The audience was not going to come back just immediately.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to take time for people to get more comfortable with being out in public again, especially since streaming makes things easier. If you can get a movie in 45 to 60 days and you've got to decide on there's 4 movies coming out, you want to see them, but you're not making enough money to go see but one, you're going to make a decision to go see the one that's the most important to you. This is why theaters are having problems right now.
Mm-hmm.
So what they're going to do is they're going to pick the movie that's most important to them. So these other movies are going to suffer for that. And no, I have not seen Kraven, and I'm not white knighting for this damn movie.
You're white knighting for Kraven. You didn't even see it. You didn't even help it out.
I'm not white knighting for Kraven. I'm not white knighting. I'm making a point, guys.
Okay.
I'm making a point. I'm not white knighting for Kraven. I could give a shit less about Kraven. I'm just saying. Let's just continue with the mailbag. Nobody's listening anyway.
No, I was listening. I was listening to you.
Hey, I was listening too.
I'm just having fun with you. I was joking. Okay, all right. So let's get back to the mailbag. Do you think Star Wars is dead now? No one is talking about Skeleton Crew.
People are talking about Skeleton Crew.
People are talking about Skeleton Crew. It's not dead.
And the reason why Skeleton Crew isn't getting talked about by the chuds so much is because most of them are liking it. Because it gives them nostalgic vibes for the old Amblin movies in the 80s. Don't you guys realize that a lot of the things that we fight about on both sides of the culture war is vibes? It's literally nostalgia versus people who want new stuff. Okay? It's all vibes. And again, I'm getting long-winded. I need to stop. So let's go on.
All right. Let me see here. Jacob McKenzie. Thoughts on Sarah Michelle Gellar says she's interested in Buffy the Vampire Slayer reboot. If it could be anything, it's a universe that makes you realize in this world we need these heroes, I think, more so than ever. That's a great, iconic female character that really deserves another shine. Buffy the Vampire Slayer was huge in the 90s and the early 2000s. Joss Whedon's Buffy the Vampire Slayer with Sarah Michelle Gellar. I would totally be up for them. What do you think, Thade? I think it's a great series to bring back.
I loved Buffy. Should they bring it back? They could. But I'd watch it.
Yeah, for sure. Great female hero that no one claimed was a Mary Sue or a girl boss. She is actually a girl boss, and that's a good. I'm sick of people saying girl boss and the negative. I like a good, awesome girl boss.
I raised 5 girl bosses, so yeah, I know.
Yeah. What do you think, CJ? Do you want Buffy to come back?
Do you think Dexter kind of revamped her interest and come back to TV?
They've been talking about bringing Buffy back for years, CJH.
If I want it, go ahead.
They initially wanted to bring it back with another actress, but it wasn't going to be Buffy. It was going to be another Slayer, but it was going to be in the Buffyverse. But because at the end of the last season, they made a lot of girls Slayers. So
didn't they kind of do that with Angel or something like that?
What's Zeno talking about culture war?
Because I said that the culture war was about vibes, which it is. Anyway,
okay.
let's go on.
All right. Let me see the next question here. Thoughts on Ariana DeBose says Aaron Taylor Johnson's Kraven deserves that epic showdown with Spider-Man. There's later a whole comic about it. Give the people what they want. I think they should do that. Well, I still want to see Kraven, but I'm not happy with what I'm hearing about it. But people are going to trash
that.
From what I saw of Kraven, which I saw the first 8 minutes because me and Bruce did a reaction to it. Mm-hmm. I like that first 8 minutes of the movie. I like that first action sequence. But I don't judge movies like the rest of you do. I look at the art of the movie. I don't judge it by what its box office is or anything else. I look at the art of a film because, like, let's make it perfectly clear. There's a lot of movies that people consider classics that bombed at the theaters. The Thing bombed at the theaters. It's a classic horror movie.
You sound like Joe. Crazy Joe.
Yeah. I'm Joe, but a little bit more cynical.
Well, you're more optimistic than anything.
I try to be optimistic. I really do. But here's the thing. I don't judge things by box office. Okay, movies bomb that sometimes years later are classics. You know, I've been watching movies. I've been dealing with shows. I've been dealing with entertainment for 47, 45 years or 49 years of my life. So, I mean, you know, you look at these things and you learn to judge them by the art that's made, not by how much it made in a movie theater.
Do you think the movies that made the billion kind of ruined everything? Where it's
yes, I think the $1 billion club put a lot of expectations out there for people that do what we do.
Well, just
for the general office, no.
Just to give everyone a heads up, we're gonna go about like 20 more minutes because I want to end at midnight. Especially Teladia's, who's our gracious host, set this stream up, and then his internet's not doing great, and he's probably tired because of different time zone.
Do you have that article about the Jurassic thing?
We'll do that last. Let me do a few more questions here. Thoughts on Denzel Washington says he apologized to Ryan Coogler after revealing that he will star in Black Panther 3. I called him and apologized for talking about the movie. That instantly got people excited about Black Panther 3. Anything that Denzel Washington is, I'm
Are they
immediately interested. No, just because he said it? No.
No, I mean recast T'Challa.
I don't know. I don't know. They might actually use the kid that they set up in the second movie. If there's a time jump of any amount, or with Secret Wars flipping, Black Panther 3 is not going to be out before Secret Wars. With Secret Wars soft rebooting the MCU, they may just bring another T'Challa in from the multiverse. So who knows?
In the Fantastic Four universe, maybe.
Or another one. There's hundreds of universes out there according to the Loki show. So who knows?
All right. CGH Entertainment, do you think Jurassic Park may overtake Superman if they're really going to go back to formula and going back to horror on location with the original writers and Gareth Edwards, director of I like Gareth Edwards. I like him as a director of Godzilla. And then on top of that, a Jurassic Park video game releases the month the movie comes out. I actually, if they're releasing the same time as Superman, I would put my money on Superman, but I wouldn't count out Jurassic Park, especially with Scarlett Johansson. I think a change of the main character is going to help. I think people I at least have like, okay,
but especially if they're going back to the formula.
Yeah, the horror, scary Jurassic Park would be great. Yes.
If they go back to the original formula from the first 3 movies, then it might do okay. If they continue on the same Jurassic World line like Jurassic, it's going to fall apart again.
The rumor is that they completely undo Dominion.
Either way, Superman's probably going to overshadow Jurassic Park, and I'll tell you why. Superman has been a household name for almost 100 years. People who don't even read comic books know who Superman is.
But
Jurassic Park
dinosaurs.
That again, but you're going to have to, again, with the money people have right now, you're going to, with the prices of everything being high, you're going to have to decide between one of 3 movies. If you've got Fantastic Four, Jurassic Park, and Superman coming out in the same span of time, then they're going to pick. So you're gonna divide up your audience either way. Okay. Do I think Superman will make more money? Probably, because again, he's been a household name for 100 years.
It's gonna be a shame when Fantastic Four flops for the 3rd time.
I don't think it's gonna flop, but I also don't think it's gonna like shift the needle anywhere either. I think it's gonna be a good movie.
Yeah,
but I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be in the Billy Club. Not at all. No.
Did you see what Thing looks like?
I wanted. Okay.
Perfect.
Oh. Max has got a phone call. Well, Max is on that phone call. So, like, guys, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button on Max's channel. Let's see if we can hit that like goal, guys. That would be appreciative if we could do that. And also, guys, feel free to, in the comment section below, let me know your thoughts on the Superman trailer. Let us know your thoughts on Kraven and all the topics, because we would like to hear your thoughts and opinions
and
on that.
I would actually thank you, Teladia, for handling that. And I would actually really encourage more people to do the mailbag, because I love that Jacob and CGH are participating. Take advantage of your 99-cent membership, put some topics or questions in there. And actually, I am going to announce now. I might as well announce now. I'm doing a new member benefit. I've been thinking about it for a while since I've been doing pre-record vids. I'm going to do member request videos, a whole video dedicated to your topic. Maybe I would like to get some hot topics though too.
Yeah.
So I will put that up
Yeah.
as soon as the stream is done. CGH, think about a hot topic you want me to cover. Try not to be political or religious. Anything else pretty much goes in entertainment talk. And I will post that link for members right after the stream. Okay, so thoughts on, and I'm picking a new member of the month for December. Jacob's the first, so keep your. I'll do also post another mailbag after the stream too. Keep your questions and topics in. I want to see some new faces in there because I think it's a great way to get something out of your membership. All right, so let me get back to the questions here. Clayface film is described as horror thriller tragedy with the character not painted as a villain. The budget will be $40 million. Mike Flanagan really loves the Clayface episode from Batman the Animated Series. I'm not against this movie. It just doesn't thrill me. I never really liked Clayface.
Okay,
but the horror vibe is something cool though. I like that.
I was going to point out here that the anybody that's watched the Penguin show, the Penguin's girlfriend is her last name is Carlo. Basil Carlo was the original Clayface in the comics. Her having the last name Carlo. I'm saying the first Clayface, CGH. I know there were. That's why I said the first. Basil Carlo was the first. So using the last name Carlo, they're probably pointing towards Clayface for the Matt Reeves verse. And Clayface you could do easily in a grounded setting. You could just do it as like a makeup thing or whatever. It doesn't necessarily have to be like the Matt. God, I always forget his name. It doesn't always have to be like the
Matt
third
Reeves?
Clayface. No, the third Clayface, the one that's actually a mud monster. The original Basil Carlo could just like he had this special makeup and he could change his face with the special makeup. He just changed his features because it allowed him to change his features. So if they do Clayface that way, yeah, it would work in a grounded reality.
I feel like a Mr. Freeze movie would be better.
I would prefer that. I would prefer that. What about you, Claudia?
If they did Mr. Freeze scientific, sure.
For the Batman?
What would you like to see? Are you happy with the Clayface announcement, or is there a different Batman villain you'd like a movie about?
I would love to see we haven't had this in almost 20 years now. The League of Assassins. We need a League of Assassins movie.
That'd be cool,
and it bases it on the origins of Ra's al Ghul and his daughter Talia al Ghul, right? And they could do like how this could set up, early years of Bruce Wayne if they wanted to, in the DC if they wanted to, they could tackle that direction. And then when it comes down to Brave and the Bold, that you already have that set up. Then people say, oh, okay, well, we know League of Assassins were a part of that world, of the Brave and the Bold world, and maybe they could do that. But also, there's another thing they could do. They've done it in Young Justice before, which was, the whole Jason Todd being at the League of Assassins. But have that in live action would be really cool as well.
And coming in on the heels of what Teladia said, I would actually love to see the Court of Owls. I think the Court of Owls would make a really good for the Matt Reeves verse because it is centered. It is it's not out there like a lot of the Batman villains are.
Claudia made me feel old by saying 20 years ago.
All right,
although it's 19, but
we'll do two more.
Oh no, it is 20.
CGH, if you could put the link to that in the members mailbag, I'll cover it on the next members because I kind of want to wrap it up. I have to go check on my wife for something right after the stream. All right, so Mo Moon, is a hot dog a sandwich? Nice, easy question. Thank you, Mo Moon. I really appreciate this question. I love hot dogs. I say if it's in a bun, it's a sandwich.
It's an open face sandwich. Yes.
Okay. How do you like your hot dog?
You put ketchup on it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, you put
I
ketchup
put a
on that.
little bit of ketchup and more yellow mustard.
Okay, I like my hot dogs.
Onions.
I like my hot dogs with a little ketchup on them, and then you throw some chili on top of that, some onions, and some cheese.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I like my hot
Yeah.
dogs.
Do you like pickles and stuff or no?
On pickles on a
much.
relish, but not
Too much?
pickles. Pickles,
You could throw some relish on there with the
but
chili.
not
sure.
a pickle though.
Sure.
Would a pickle be weird on a hot dog?
No, because they do that. I think it's Chicago dogs have pickles on them.
Okay. Teladi, do you eat hot dogs?
Halal hot dogs. So
Halal?
I can say that. Halal hot dogs, yes.
Well, how do you like? What do you like on your halal hot dog?
Well, I put like Nando's mayonnaise sauce in it with
Mm.
cheese. If you've never had that, I'd recommend you guys having it. And
Barbecue sauce?
I sometimes I have it in a pita bread. Sometimes I have it in a bun, but I like it in the pita bread because it's easy for me.
Okay.
I like
Ooh.
sausage too with barbecue sauce
Sausage with barbecue
and like
sauce.
the seeded bread.
All right, and we'll do one more here. Thoughts on Aaron Pierce as he grew up watching Justice League animated series and it introduced him to Green Lantern. I think I knew of Justice League and I liked the heroes before, but that's really where I began to really love Jon Stewart is in that series. So that's awesome that he has that. Aaron Pierce has that basis for his character for sure.
Yep.
I want to thank Thade, Teladia, and CJH and other people that were on the panel. Callie is out of it. She's just a chill dog down here. I almost feel like I could do my day job in my man cave, but if she barked, I'd be in trouble. But she's so calm down here. So thank you. This is a great day to be a nerd, a fan of comics. I was very happy with the Superman trailer. I can't wait to see it. Oh, and just to give you an update, my wife, who is done with superhero movies, she watched it. She watched me and Brian's trailer reaction, and she's like, yeah, I'll go see it. She thought it was fun enough and interesting and fresh enough that she's like, yeah, I'll go see it. So that's a win too, you know?
You should do
because
power
a lot
hour with Brian.
He's fine. He's fine doing his own thing. He's in the mindset that he likes to just watch stuff and not talk about it.
That's a fair mindset.
That kills movie talk though. That's the whole point of movie talk. But he just would rather watch stuff and move on. And not analyze every little thing. And that's what movie talk is. I love the behind the scenes stuff. I like talking about promotion.
I don't think
I like all stuff.
To be honest, Max, I don't think we talk enough about the art of the movies. I think we talk too much about box office and budgets and people's vibes on the movies. I think we should really, as movie talk, get back to talking about the artistry of the movie, the directors, the stuff behind the scenes.
Well, yeah,
special
that's just
effects.
More. I like to cover everything. I will have to see more movies too. I have to get back to the theater.
You ever see those? I'm rewatching the Lord of the Rings extended cuts, and I'm like, because I know the behind the scenes of how they did the miniature sets, and I'm watching it. I'm like, the special effects still hold up today.
Zeno says you people do talk about insignificant things about movies too much. I analyzed the shit out of that trailer, and I loved every moment. Oh, there was one more. Thank you, Zeno. I almost forgot to bring this up. Here's the best look we have at. All right, here. Let me bring this up before we go.
And I will say, two of my favorite movies to know the behind the scenes of are A New Hope and the Dark Knight trilogy.
Mm-hmm. Bro is getting away with a money laundering scheme. What is he talking about, Lex? I don't know. But here's Hawk Girl. I gave a good look at her in the trailer. I'll be honest, I still prefer Hawkman and Black Adam the way he looked more than this outfit. But I'm very excited to see Hawk Girl.
And this is based on her Earth 2 outfit in the comics.
Yeah. So
almost
I'm
convinced
excited to
that-
see her character. What now? Looking at Hawkgirl though, out of all the people that you know are confirmed in Superman, besides Superman, what other heroes are you most excited to see?
Supergirl.
Hawkgirl. Well, yeah, Supergirl's probably gonna besides Supergirl because she's probably gonna be a cameo. But like the proto Justice League, which they're not really called Justice League in here.
Mr. Terrific.
Yeah, Mr. Terrific for me too, Thade, because I don't know that much about his character, and I like superhero movie. Like people, this is actually a benefit of not reading comics. Bruce and the rest of the chat, this is read more comics. Max, something I like about superhero movies, and I got the hiccups now, is that if there's a character I don't know about, like I knew of Black Panther, I watched something, but I didn't really like know Black Panther a lot before I saw the movie, and now I love Black Panther. I want that to happen for Mr. Terrific. I know the character exists. I've heard Mr. Terrific. I've seen images.
Mr. Terrific is kind of a smarter Tony Stark,
but I really don't know that much about him, and I can't wait to see his. I think he's the character I want to see most in this movie.
One of his characteristics, Max, is he's like hyper intelligent. So
that's cool. Guy Gardner, I know of. I never really liked Guy Gardner, but Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner, that could be fun, you know?
Well, Nathan Fillion's going to play the hell out of the character.
I'm more excited to see a Green Lantern. I'm not saying he's the Green Lantern. Like, I think that's where we're miscommunicating earlier. I'm not saying he's the first Green Lantern in this universe on screen in the movie. I'm excited to see a Green Lantern more than Guy Gardner.
Oh, same. Same. Definitely one of the things I'm looking forward to in what was announced for the DCU is I'm looking forward to that Green Lantern show that's going to be Hal and Jon Stewart. The show Lanterns. I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah.
See, my favorite of all of DC, my favorite is the Green Lantern Corps.
Yeah.
And the other light spectrums, but like that's my stuff there. And then secondary that comes up to that is the Speedsters. But
well, Teladia, Teladia and CJH, what character are you looking forward to the most besides Superman? And CJH, I never really asked you, did this trailer convince you to go see Superman?
I might see it with my brother and my dad.
He's going to see it. He's going to see it.
No.
Okay, Teladia,
it's going to be difficult because there are 3 competing movies, right? So
what?
I got to kind of pick
Fantastic Four?
That and Jurassic Park.
Oh, okay. Out of the 3,
really
what are you? That'll be a good thing to end. And Teladia, do you have a character you're looking forward more to besides Superman in this movie?
Okay, so besides Superman, I'm actually excited for Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, which is going to be it's going to be different. Obviously, it's going to be an adaptation from the comic, but I feel that with this movie, it's going to be completely different in terms of style. Like the, what's the word I'm looking for? So like the logo will be different. Maybe the direction they're going in is going to be different from the comic, but it's going to have that feel. So I'm very much interested in that. I'm also interested to see what Lantern do as well. Those are the 2 projects I'm interested in.
Well, what's probably going to end up happening is I'll probably end up seeing Jurassic Park, and then the other 2 I might wait.
Okay. Well, I'm going to rate my 3. I can't I was really thinking I really can't choose between Fantastic Four and Superman equally. I really want to see equally as bad. If they were the same theater, the same day, I don't know which one I would pick first. So I want to see both of them, and then Jurassic, whatever it's called, would be my 3rd. Thade, what do you want to see first, second, and third for those are all going to be out that month apparently in July of 2025?
I would probably, given choice, I would see Fantastic Four first because I've always been more of a Marvel guy. But I would see Superman next, and as for, I mean, I'm gonna probably try to see both of them in the theater if I can swing it. But I would not bother with Jurassic Park, but that's just because after a while I was not a big fan of those movies. So
Okay.
I don't have a whole lot of
That's
faith in
all
this.
assuming.
I don't have a whole lot of faith in this next one either. So
All right.
That's all assuming we all survive next year. So
Why do you keep adding stuff? We're focused on positive.
Positivity, CJ.
You know I had to.
You're in Canada. You're going to be fine unless we invade.
unless he
All right,
invades.
Talad, I just add that because he's so concerned about that. I'm not going
Right.
to Canada and invade
Ta-
you. I'm going to go visit you and crash on your couch.
So
Go
can
ahead,
I wrap this up in a good way?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
first tell us what movies you want to see first. Fantastic Four, Superman, Jurassic World.
Superman.
Superman first.
Superman
Fantastic
first was
Four
that.
second.
I would say Fantastic Four would be second, and Jurassic Park third.
Okay.
The reason why I say those is because I think I'll probably go multiple showing for Superman, and what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna take my mum for the second time to see a Superman film, because she went to see Man of Steel with me in 2013, and I think it'd be a great way to celebrate her birthday is to take her to go and see a Superman film, because it's literally like 15 days between her birthday and the release. Well, 10 days between the film and her birthday. So I just thought, why not just take her to see a film? And Superman is literally coming out in that month, so it makes sense. I can go and she can go and we can have a fun time.
Okay, cool. Well, you want to end the show, Taladia? You said you wanted
Yeah.
to end it on a positive note.
Yeah, so guys, make sure you like, comment, favorite, and subscribe to MME. And guys, make sure you guys do tune in every week to the not only to the Max, but we got other shows as well, like Power Hour, and we also got Mic Drop. So make sure you guys do hit the notification bell, because those shows are as well cool as well as this show. So please go and show support for those content as well. And guys, make sure you, like I said before, follow Max on social media, BadMax1. And if you want to follow me, it's at SladiaPlays_ on Twitter.
Mhm.
And Fade, where can they find you? If you're a content creator, what do you do?
let's see. I do the other comic book show with Bruce on Sundays, usually about 6 p.m. Central Time. Let's see, there's that. You can find me on Twitter. It's under Thade Bays on Twitter. That's about it. I've got some YouTube projects in production, but not anywhere close at the moment. But yeah.
Okay, cool. CJH, where they can find you, what you got coming up before we wrap up?
You can find me somewhere.
You can find you somewhere. Okay, cool. So, on that note, like I said, like, comment, favorite, and subscribe, and we'll see you next month for another MME International stream.
Thank you. And I'll hit it.